Hello, everyone. Peace of Christ to all. Today we have an answer for those some people who have questions about ISIS, and this is a topic we spoke about many times. But it's good to remind people what is really, or what is the reason many Muslims they try to deny ISIS to be Islamic. First of all, we need to assure everybody that ISIS is not only Islamic. ISIS is Islam. Uh, Now we heard many naive Christians. Now, when I say naive Christian, there's many Christians who they are naive about Islam, and they think if they debated some Muslims, that's mean they knew really Islam, like James White, who he said that ISIS is not Islam, as all. Uh, I don't know what does that mean because Islam is Islam. Is there's nothing part and there's nothing it's all. You cannot take a religion by parts. Religion is a religion, and whatever it is, it is. This is a video in front of you made by ISIS for their propaganda. And ISIS is the same as all Muslims. They live by propaganda. They want to show you that they have a strong fighters and they are, they can install terror. And this is actually why they make videos of beheading, because it's not because they like to make the video of beheading as much they want to scare their enemies. And this is a child. He is saying, "You are kuffar. We want to kill you all," etc. Uh, so their propaganda is no different from all Muslim propaganda, but depend in the position and in the timing, things change. You see, when Muslims they are powerful, uh, they speak the same tongue as ISIS. When Muslims are weak, they act and they play like cats, like they are chicken. We are peaceful. We love everybody. We are not about war. The same game. But if imagine if ISIS or if Muslims really have the power of USA, the whole world will be burned in 24 hours. So what a change of the Muslim, let us say, the way of talk, is just the timing is different, and now they are very weak, and they cannot say we want to kill you all. So ISIS now they are speaking in the wrong timing. This is why many Muslims try to wash their hands from ISIS. Like, who is ISIS anyway? If USA want to destroy ISIS, they can burn all of Iraq in less than 15 minutes. All the country, not only ISIS. So who is ISIS anyway? I mean, it's just stupid and it's nothing. But ISIS is speaking the truth and saying things as it is because those people they think that they can accomplish something. This is what they believe. Now they are right, they are wrong. It doesn't matter really. At the end of the day, this is what they believe. And they believe they can scare you, they can terrify you, and they can install terror in your heart, as the Quran said. And by this, they can be the winners. Now, that will not work anyway, because if about terror, I mean, real terror, America can be the biggest terrorist in the world. They can terrify every Muslim, big and small, in the world by small nukes. And no kidding, then. I mean, this is real terror. Explosion of a car, attacking a nightclub, killing some people in restaurant. This is stupid behavior of Muslims, showing how weak they are, not because they are strong. Really strong armies they attack as they attack countries, army to army, not attacking a restaurant and attacking a little nightclub and shooting people who they are eating. You know, this is how it is. It is because they are small and they are tiny. Like if you see, if in a Muslim, even a Muslim's normal Muslim, when they fight you, they do stupid things. Like I saw this little Abdul. He is saying the real picture of a Christian prince, as if he's talking about Christian prince, and he's talking about something Muslims they post many years ago, and he think he gets something because he's trying to avoid debating me, and because they have nothing in their hand, they are very weak, like chicken, and a chicken always fight with dust, fight with her beak. Muslims are chicken, and they have nothing. This is why they attack you in a restaurant. They don't dare really, like just a few days ago, the American army, the American Marines, they land, in the ground in Syria, and they capture more than 16 members of ISIS. Capture them between all their arms and etc. And and they went down in the ground. They captured them, they took them, and now they are making them shish kebab. So those people, they cannot fight really real armies. When the American was in the ground, ISIS was under the ground. When American they left, ISIS is above the ground. So they take advantage of the weak one, and the weak one is weak. And this is what Islam is about. Islam is about taking advantage of the weak one, and we install terror in their heart, and we lead them like slaves for us. As you see the videos they make, I find it very stupid and very naive, and show us how much desperate they are to earn more and recruit more. Obviously, jihad is not too much attractive for Muslims, and obviously not many Muslims believe that there's versions waiting for them. Otherwise, instead of having a couple of tens of thousands join ISIS, we should have millions. But look like nobody really believe in the versions, and nobody want to have a version. Otherwise, why a Muslim he don't go and join ISIS, and why he don't want to be part of ISIS and at least do jihad in your own way? Simply because they are not really real believers that there is versions and there is heaven waiting for them. Most of them, they are Muslims by name. The real Muslims who they believe there is versions and Allah will make their penis endless, they go to jihad. But those who you see in the internet trying to do jihad by doing talk and speeches, those are fake Muslims. Obviously, they don't have anything to do with Islam. They don't dare to do jihad, they don't dare to fight for Allah, and they don't dare even to follow Allah. And today we are going to show you why ISIS are Muslims. Now, we will not do that by making speeches. We will go to the Quran. When somebody says to you, ISIS is not Islam, we need to ask a question, why? Why ISIS is not Islam? I mean, give me a reason. If there's a real reason to say that, or it's just based on stupidity. First of all, the question is, which make it confusing for some people, why ISIS kill Muslims? Why ISIS kill Muslims? The answer you can find in the Quran. Let us go to the Quran and let us do some search. The first request for you to be a real Muslim and not to be a kafir, not only to convert to Islam and say shahada, absolutely not. You have to do hijrah. You have to do hijrah. So what hijrah mean? To immigrate for the sake of Allah, to do jihad. So you will see that Muhammad, when he was living in Mecca, he did hijrah, which means he immigrate. He went to Medina to prepare himself to fight and kill his enemies. So if we go in chapter 4 verse number 89, chapter 4 verse 89 say clearly who is the Muslim, who is not. So you can read any translation of your choice. All of them, they are garbage anyway, but we use them just to get the Muslim busted. So if anyone who don't take your friends from them, from who? From who? From those who reject the faith. Who is the one who reject the faith? Is the one who refuse to flee in the way of Allah, to do hijrah. Now Muslims, they have an Islamic State. They have a state which is practicing Islam, the true Islam. So any Muslim, he don't want to flee to ISIS land, he is not a Muslim. Simply because he chose not to be living under Islamic State. He chose to live like this guy Shabir Ali. He lived in Canada. He chose to live under non-Islamic state, when the Quran forbid him from doing that. Islam forbid Muslims from paying tax. Muslims, when they live in the state, they have to pay tax. They like it, they don't, they have to. But Islam forbid them from paying tax. Islam forbid them from accepting government. It's not an Islamic government. So why the Muslims killing Muslims? Because anyone who don't practice that, he can be killed. So the verse in the front of us, this is one of the major verses ISIS use to tell you that if you are a Muslim, say Shahada, doesn't mean you are a Muslim. We can kill you still. Because remember, Muhammad, he said that he been ordered to fight all the people until what? Until they convert to Islam and they practice Islam. And Islam says to you, you see, all those hadith speak the same. And if you miss any of those, then the Prophet, he can kill you. If you miss any of those items. And the items is included in the Quran and in the hadith, not only in the Quran. Now we will show you more in the Quran. But Muhammad still say, even if you are a Muslim, as you see in the front of your eyes, even if you are a Muslim, still I can kill you if you break the rules of Islam, as you see in the front of you. So I've been ordered to fight all mankind until what? Until they say Shahada. ISIS, they have a target to make all mankind say Shahada. So this is true Islam. Secondly, they have not only say Shahada and testify, they have to establish everything Islam order, from doing Salat, which means a prayer, you know, paying the Zakat, which paying the money to the state. And there's many hadith about, you know, even pray in the direction of our worship, which means facing the Kaaba, etc. However, still I can, then your life is secured, except when it is justified by the law. So still you can be killed. How is that? You became an apostate. How is that? You are not praying. How is that? You are not paying zakat. How is that? You know, like the war of apostate, how the war of apostate started? Because they start refusing to pay zakat. And Islam is money hunger beast. So this beast who want money, who want authority, he cannot let you stay away without paying them money. So they, you know, we go to war immediately. So still, even if you convert to Islam, still you can be killed by Muslims, especially if you break any of those you see in the front of you. So when somebody says to you, well, ISIS, they attack a nightclub in Turkey and they shot everybody, but everybody, most of them, they are Muslims there. That's fine, because they are not practicing Islam. That's what Islam teach. You know, you don't practice Islam, you are not a Muslim. That's it. You are kafir. Now we will show you more reference from the Quran. However, the protection of Islam only goes for those, either one of two. Either you are a Muslim, or you are Christian and a Jew who pay jizya with humiliation and subdued. So you pay the gang, they protect you from themselves. And the funny, the Muslim, they say to you, when Christian they pay jizya, we protect them, but they don't tell you protect them from who? From them. You know, they are gang. So you pay us. Actually, the first start or establishing for what it's called mafia in Italy started after the Arab invade Europe, and the Italian, they learned from the Muslims how to be a mafia, to go around and collect jizya. You force everybody to pay you, otherwise we kill you. This is where the mafia business is coming from the Muslims, who they are learning how the mafia should be according to Muhammad. Now if we go to the Quran, if we go back to the Quran, so the one who don't flee with the Prophet to do hijrah, to do jihad, and what he forbid, what the Prophet forbid, seize them and slay them wherever you find them. So ISIS practicing exactly what Muhammad and his God said. In different verse, if we go in the Quran, because there is many verses support ISIS act to kill Muslims, but those naive ones, as we said, they think that ISIS should not kill anyone. He's a Muslim if ISIS is a true Muslims. The fact, no, ISIS have the right to kill every Muslim who don't practice Islam. For Quran encourage them to kill everyone who is not practicing Islam, for simply he is a kafir. It doesn't matter if his name is Muhammad or his name is Ahmad, or it doesn't matter. This is not, will not change anything. Let us see. I'm trying to find the verse. All right. Oh boy. We have to go. Let us make it more. For me, always, I want to go to chapter 5, verse 44, but always I try to find it in fast way by searching for a word, and that will make me go there right away. Let us do this. We're going to go to chapter 544. Oh, I know why it's jumping. That's weird. Okay, let us do this. One more try. Here we go. In chapter 5, verse number 44, it says, ومن لم يحكم بما أنزل الله فأولئك هم الكافرون. Or لم يحكم, which means the one who don't rule. If you don't rule by what Allah has sent down, you are a kafir. It's not the kafir is the only one who don't say shahada. No, anyone who don't practice Sharia law, he is a kafir. All right. As you see here, if any of you, if any do fail to judge by the Sharia law, what Allah has revealed, he is unbeliever. You see, he put between two bracket, uh, no better than unbeliever. It doesn't say that really. This is false translation. It says they are unbelievers. So who is the unbeliever in Islam? Is that someone his name is a Christian, a prince, or someone his name is Jack Shalom, or someone is an atheist? Not necessarily. All are unbelievers, even the Muslims, if they are not practicing the Sharia law. So, and whoever did not judge by what Allah revealed, those are they that they are unbelievers. So the second you don't practice Sharia law, you are considered as unbeliever. So then you will understand why ISIS is killing Muslims. Those who don't practice Sharia law, they are not Muslims no more. And the Quran make it so clear. So when you see someone like James White says to you, Islam is not ISIS, because if ISIS is Islam, how come they are killing Muslims? That is because he's ignorant. Because he do not know really what the Quran teach. He don't know really what Islam is about. The difference between Islam and Christianity, Jesus actually he said the same thing. Jesus he said, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father. But Jesus is not teaching us to go and kill the one who don't practice what Jesus said. Islam saying the same, but with violence. Anyone who don't practice what Allah said, he is not a Muslim. Jesus said, whoever, not by saying to me, God, God, you will enter heaven, but by doing the will of my Father. So both of them, they are teaching us to do the will of each believe God. So the Christian, they have to do the will of the Father. The Muslims, they have to do the will of Allah. However, for the Muslims, if you don't do the will of Allah, not only you are not a Muslim and that's it, it's over. No, we have to kill you. That is the teaching of Islam. So are you getting my point? So when a naive one he says to you, well, how come ISIS is Islam but they are killing Muslims? In fact, they are not killing Muslims. Those are not Muslims. In Islam, a Muslim is someone he practice Islam and practice Sharia law. If someone he don't practice Sharia law, simply he is not a Muslim. And I'm showing you in the front of your eyes. This is not my theory. I'm showing you the reference. I'm showing you the proofs. I'm showing you the Muslim translation right in the front of your eyes. Whose judges not by that which Allah has revealed, such as a disbeliever. Such are disbelievers. Do you see it? Do you see it? I'm not the one saying that. So anyone who don't practice Sharia law, he is a disbeliever. So when you see those Abdul we see in the internet, they are wearing sunglasses and they are going to the beach, and the guy he's making funny videos speaking to girls, and you know, like those stupid videos like this guy Dawah guy and etc. Those all are fake Muslims. Those are chicken Muslims. Anyone who live in USA, anyone who live in the West is a chicken Muslim. He is not a real Muslim because he is not able to practice Sharia law. And if you don't practice Sharia law, you are not a Muslim. Because the excuse of I cannot practice Sharia law in the West, it's over. As we showed you, you have to do hijrah. You have to immigrate with the Prophet to the Prophet land where Islam is established. So they have no excuse to say, well, in here we cannot practice Sharia law, because simply you should do hijrah, you should immigrate. As we showed you in the previous verses, you can go and start the video from the beginning. We showed you the verse already. So anyone who live in Islamic countries, all those, like even those Abdul who want to debate me and they are defending Islam, those are Muslim chicken. Those are fake Muslims. None of them is real. The Muslim who don't practice Sharia law is not a Muslim. And none of those who live in USA or in the West can practice that. So obviously they are really fake Muslims. But yet they want to play that they are Muslims, but in fact they are not. And the Quran confirms that. And there's more verses in the Quran confirm more and more who is the Muslim. It's not only this verse, there is tons of verses. If we go to chapter 5 verse number 45, all right, the verse after it actually, you know, we do not need to look for it, all right, but we can go back. So like you can choose different translation if you want. The Quran says that those who don't practice, who don't judge by the Sharia law, they are the wrongdoers. Actually, not the wrongdoers only, the zalimun. Zalimun is a statement Quran used for kuffar, which means the unjust. So the one who don't practice the Sharia law, not only the Quran give them definition that they are kuffar, they are unjust, which means we have to punish them. And when the Quran speak about that, by the way, it's not speaking only about Muslims, speaking about everybody. Christian, Jews, Hindus, atheists, and Muslims. Anyone who don't practice Sharia law is a kafir. And the Muslims have a duty to fight. Anyone who don't judge by the Sharia law, he is from al-zalimun. He is from the unjust, from the filthy one, from the disgusting one, from the kuffar. So when a Muslim, he live in America or in Canada or in France or England, he go to court. What court he go to? The court of the non-Islamic court. He is from among the unjust. He is from the wrongdoers. He is from the mushrikeen. He is from the kuffar. He is a filthy garbage according to Islam. Then those stupid ones who live in America and they call themselves Muslims, that means they are fake Muslims. This is why ISIS, they would not care really if they go in a restaurant and they shoot everybody in America, even if there's Muslims there, because they are not Muslims. And this is the true Islam. The true Islam is as you see. If ISIS, they capture the guy, his name Sheikh Hamza. Sheikh Hamza, he make videos trying to invite people. They will slaughter him. He, according to Islam, he is a kafir. I'm not going to mention those little one, like, you know, Akil and those stupid kids. Any of those, if ISIS capture them, they will be slaughtered. Why? Because they are fake Muslims. They don't practice Sharia law. They don't do jihad. They don't pay zakat. Like if they say to you, I pay zakat to the mosque, this is false. The zakat should be paid for an Islamic state, not for a mosque. That is not zakat. Zakat should be collected for a state. And every time Islamic State is exist by a head of a state. Who is that head of state today? It is ISIS. In the location of Al-Qaeda, it is Al-Qaeda. In the location of Afghanistan, it is Taliban. So Muslims, the true Muslims, you will see they send their zakat, they send it to Taliban. They send it to ISIS. They send it to Al-Qaeda. Those are the true Muslims. The fake Muslims is the one who send it for barbecue in the mosque. Those are fake Muslims. And as you see, the Quran confirm over and over who is the one is not a Muslim. If we go to chapter 4, verse number 17, I think, no, sorry, verse number 60. Where this verse speak about those who they claim to be Muslims. They are Muslims by name. They take Shahada. They are following the Taghut. Now, who is the Taghut? This word is appearing in the Quran in many places. We will go to chapter 4, verse number 60. Here we go. This is 4, number 60. You can read any translation of your choice. As I said, all of them, they are scumbag translators. This is the word of Taghut. It says, don't you see that those who they claim that they became believers? أَلَمْ تَرَى إِلَى الَّذِينَ يَزْعَمُونَ أَنَّهُمْ آمَنُوا. Don't you see that those who claim that they became believers and they believe in what is sent to you and what is sent to people before you, but yet they want not to follow the law of Allah. They want to follow the law of the Taghut. Any law is not the law of Islam, is the law of Taghut. Taghut mean the unjust, the devil, the shaitan, you can name it whatever you want. So if we go to the translation, let us see any of the false Muslim translation there. Look what the translation is saying. Like, don't you see that those who pretended that they believe in what was revealed into thee? Who is the one who pretend to believe in what is sent to thee? The Muslims. They pretend. Why they pretend? How we know that they pretend to be Muslims? The Quran continues saying, and that which was revealed before thee, how they would go for judgment in their dispute to false deities when they have been ordered to abjure them. Satan would mislead them far astray. Now here the deity is not really exist. A taghut can mean deity, can mean shaitan, can mean etc. It is any law is not Islamic. So they pretend to be Muslims, they pretend to be believers, but yet they don't want to follow the Sharia law. Those are not Muslims. As you see here, the translation changes. Have not you see those hypocrites? Hypocrites, who are the hypocrites? The Muslims, like Shabir Ali, who claim that they believe in what which has been sent down to you. Why they are hypocrite? Let us see why. The verse is going to give us a reason. The reason is, and they wish to go far for judgment in the for their own desire to the Taghut, which means false judges or false law, while they have been ordered to reject them. What reject what? Any law, it's not Islamic law. So anyone who practice any law, not Sharia law, he is a hypocrite, false Muslims. This is why ISIS, they can kill him. This is what it's called in Islam, something it's called Al-Hakimiyya, which means the second you convert to Islam, by converting, by saying the Shahada, you announce that you don't accept any law except Allah law. So the Quran confirm that here we go, this is another reason to kill those who they are claiming to be Muslims. They are hypocrites, but look, they are Muslims. They say to Muhammad, we believe in thee. They told Muhammad, they didn't say to Muhammad, we don't want to say Shahada. No, they say Shahada. Have you not seen those who assert that they believe in what has been revealed to you, and even what revealed before you? But yet when they have a problem, they accept another law, which is the law of Shaitan. Those are not Muslims. So when a Muslim who live in the state, he have a problem, he go to the court in USA, he's a false Muslim because he is not practicing Islam. He is being a hypocrite, false Muslim. Therefore ISIS, they can consider him not a Muslim, for he's not. We can show you verses from now until tomorrow. All of them, they assure us one thing, that a Muslim is not someone, his name is Muhammad. If you live in the USA, in the West, or in China, or in Russia, and you are not practicing Sharia law, and your president or your leader is not a Muslim, practicing Sharia law, you are living in the land of Taghut. You are living in the land of the devil. You are a follower of the devil. You pay the devil tax. You sponsor the devil when you pay tax. You support his army because the tax will go. Like you see those Abduls who chat with me in YouTube, when they pay their tax subdued in USA, they pay and their tax will go to the USA army. This is how it is, and this is the truth. As simple as that. Who pay for the army? Where do you get the money? From tax. Who pay tax? Everybody who live in the country. Who live in the country? There's Muslims too who live in this country. So they pay the tax and they are subdued, but for sure without using violence with them, subdued to the law, which is forbidden for them to follow and to obey. And the Quran confirmed again that you cannot take non-Muslims as a friends or as protectors, which mean leaders. Chapter 3, verse number 28. The Muslim should not take non-Muslims as protectors, as leaders. However, you can say to them that we are friends for the sake of protection. That is taqiyya. So if you ask Abdul why you took the oath when you took the citizenship in England, saying that look, I'm willing to defend this country if there's a war, he say I'm practicing taqiyya. So this is allowed in Islam. However, still practicing taqiyya doesn't mean you can pay tax. You should not pay tax to the infidels. You should not live in their state. As soon as you get a chance to run away, you go to an Islamic state. This is why I say all those who live in USA and Canada and Australia and etc., those are not real Muslims. And ISIS will not have any problem to attack them and kill them too, for they are not practicing Islam. They can practice taqiyya temporarily, but they cannot practice taqiyya and live there and pay tax to sponsor the American army or the British army or the French army. You cannot accept non-believer to be your leader. That is haram. In chapter 4, verse number 89, the one we speak about already, it speak about that Muslims have to do hijrah, but here there's something I don't want to miss. that the non-believers, they try to make you equal to them, try to treat you the same as they treat each other. All right, that is bad. So in the West, the law is equal to everybody. So Christian Prince, yes, he's a Christian, and the majority of this country is a Christian country. Doesn't mean he is going to be treated better than someone he's an atheist or someone he's a Muslim. So everybody is equal. That is the law of justice. Islam does not believe in that. Islam believe that the Muslims have to be always elevated above the non-believers, because Islam is a religion of racism. Racism of Islam is not about just race as in the Arab. Yes, the Arab races exist there, but it's about you are a Muslim or not. If you are not a Muslim, you are not from the Ummah. Ummah mean nation. So the Muslim believe in one Ummah, which mean one nation, and that is their race. And anyone else, he is not from the nation, he should not be level to them. This is a bad behavior to treat non-Muslims level to you. So choose not to be friend with them till they forsake their homes. Who? Who? He's talking about who now? The Muslims. The Muslim, they should forsake their homes. So the true Muslim, he live under the infidels and the pagan. The fact Islam is the religion of infidel and pagan. Muhammad is the biggest pagan in this earth. The black stone kisser, the vagina kisser. But yet they call us pagan, but this is not the topic. So a Muslim, he have to forsake his home. If his home is America, he had to forsake his home and go all the way to ISIS land, because this is where Islamic State is established, or to Taliban. He have to go wherever Islam is established, Islamic law specifically. Saudi Arabia is not a country of Islamic law, by the way, because they are not practicing Islamic law in full. As an example, there's nobody pay jizya in Saudi Arabia, and the Saudi will never dare to do that, because the second they do that, the country will be empty and the country will collapse. And then will become the same as Afghanistan. Always Muslims, they try to use your ignorance. They know that you don't understand. They know you have limited knowledge. So we can lie to you and we can say to you, ISIS is not Islam. I hope that's we answered your questions for those who asked me about this issue. And the Muslim propaganda about terrorism is obviously a sign of weakness, not the sign of strength. This is a child, he wanna go and commit suicide. He's crying. He wanna go and meet the virgins. He wanna go and kill the infidels. I'm going to stop here. They are stoning a person to death. You see, this is their videos. It's a savage nation, savage religion, filthy culture, filthy belief, filthy God. Everything about this cult is filthy, more than what filth is. And the funny and the dangerous about this religion is that the Muslim, they think that they are the best. Now, why they are the best? Why they are the best? You see, I did a check in Nobel Prize. Who is the highest nations who have Nobel Prize? It was the Jews. And that the Jews are cursed. Actually, from chapter 1, verse number 7, it says it clearly, don't make us the same as the Christian, the lost Christians, and the Jews. So the Jews are cursed, but yet they are the most successful nation in this earth. They are the most rich, the most educated, the most wealthy in everything, and they are the cursed one. So sometimes I ask myself, what curse mean in Islam? I mean, if the Jews are cursed, and after the curse they are the most successful people in this earth, I mean, how they will be if they are not cursed? And the Muslims are not cursed. But the Muslims, they are living as a savage people who lived 2,000, 3,000 years ago. Until now, in Saudi Arabia, like in the other day I said, In Saudi Arabia, more than 70% is they don't know how to read, how to write. Somebody corrected me. He said, no, according to United Nations, almost, I think he said 90%. I don't know. But obviously, the whole nation still they are behind time. After 70 years or 80 years of oil coming like rain, money coming from everywhere, it's still Saudi Arabia. Is Saudi Arabia savage, dirty, no education, nothing? What does Saudi do? If the oil is gone, the whole country is gone. So when the Quran speak about curse, the Muslims should ask themselves, who is really the one is cursed? Even the oil, by the way, the Muslims they have is a curse on them. What oil brought to the Muslims countries? What oil brought? Brought AIDS, divorce. There's almost 80% of Muslim girls in Kuwait, Emirat, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia are not married. Nobody want to marry them. A Saudi guy who got some money in his pocket, why he want to marry someone? She look like him. What he do? He fly. He go to Thailand. He go sex tourist. He go to Egypt. He meet the most beautiful belly dancers. He go to Syria. He go to the old prostitution source in the world, and he have fun there. Why he want to marry a Muslim woman? She will scare the hell of him. This is what oil brought. This is why their economy is bad. This is why their family culture is corrupt. And one of the major reasons, actually, I saw in a study about why divorce is so high in Islamic countries. It was because of satellite. What satellite do? A Muslim guy, every Muslim, when he have satellite, they watch porn. They watch porn. I remember when I used to live in the Middle East. One day, look here, look at those childrens. Now, if you shoot a child, they will say to you, he killed a child, right? If you shoot this child, they will say to you, you see the criminals, like you see in Israel, when the Israeli they shoot somebody, they say, look, the Israeli are shooting a child. But what they want to tell you, that this child is a terrorist too. Just a few weeks ago, I made a video about a guy. He sent his daughter, who is 7 years old, to a police station in Syria, and she have a bag in her shoulder. Supposedly she is lost, and when she get in, she explode. 7 years old. A week after, his Muslim brothers slaughtered him. Slaughtered him. He's a mujahid like them, but because Muslims cannot be trusted, Muslims are anti-Muslims. Muslims never trust Muslims. This is why actually most of the casualty, by the way, in ISIS is by ISIS, because they betray. The nation of Islam is the nation of betrayal. All of them, they are fake. They cannot be trusted. They are not trustworthy. They are the one is cursed, if I can say so. If you ask yourself, who is the one who killed the caliph from the beginning of Islam? The caliph of Muhammad, one after one, was killed by who? By Muslims. None of them was killed by non-Muslims. Muslims betray Muslims. When they killed Uthman, the one who collected the Quran, they killed him and they refused to bury him in the graveyard of the Muslims. They buried him with the Jews. That is Islam, my friend. It is a religion of betrayal. Everybody betray everybody. This is why the Muslims accuse Aisha that she killed Muhammad by poison. You see the media here in the video. We see the Muslim trying to show you that if you live in Islamic State, look how the children are happy. Look how the children are so excited. You look how people live under Islamic State, how wonderful it is. But the funny, the second Islamic State is kicked out of an area, everybody shave his beard in a second. The same as what happened when Muhammad he died. Every Muslim he became an apostate, except those who they are close to Muhammad. This is why the war of apostate started. Muhammad he died, right away everybody leave in Islam. So, my friend, when somebody says to you that ISIS are not Muslims, tell him shut up and give him my video. And the good news is, based on all those verses we saw in the Quran, we can say 99% of Muslims are not Muslims. This is what the truth is. So when the Muslim they the Muslims are very funny and very stupid at the same time. Like if you ask the Muslims, how many Muslims there is? He will say to you 1.4 billion. Is the Shia Muslims? No. Okay, so now we have to dump 600 millions. Is the Druze Muslim? No. Is the Ahmadiyya Muslims? No. Is the Ismailiyya Muslims? No. Is no, 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 no. You find that there is no Muslims left. And if you ask the question to ISIS, how many Muslims there is in this earth right now, you will find the number is very tiny, small. Uh, one of the funny things about Muslims, when they claim that they are following the true religion, and they say to you, we are followers of Allah who Abraham who was following. And then when we ask him about Abraham, the Muslims, they have nothing about Abraham. They don't know where he lived. They don't know where he's coming from. They don't know even who is his father name. They don't know who is his wife name. They don't know who is. The only thing they know that he have sons, and even those sons they get them wrongly. In chapter 3 verse number 33, the Quran says that inna Allah astafa Adama wa Nuhan wa ala Ibrahim wa ala Umran ala al-alamin. What does that mean? Allah, he elect, he have a chosen ones, and the chosen one are Noah and the family of Abraham and the family of Imran above all people. And look how stupid this election is. Because if Allah chose Noah and his family, it means he chose all mankind. Because he chose Adam and Noah. And Adam and Noah, they have a family. And the family of Noah is us. Because he is the one who survived from all mankind. And then now we are from Noah. So who is the chosen here? This is how stupid the Quran is. The Quran cannot stand a question. When you say that Noah was a chosen, Noah was a chosen in the mean of a from all mankind. That's mean all of us are chosen, because he continue. He don't stop with Noah. He says Noah and the family of Abraham and the family of Imran. And then we ask ourselves, who is the family of Imran? Who is Imran? The Quran called Jesus from the family of Imran, which is false. The stupid Muhammad, he mixed between the family of Musa. This is why he called Mary the sister of Aaron. The family of Imran, which is Umram, Muhammad, he think that this is the same family of the family of Jesus, so he called Mary the sister of Aaron. Aaron, the son of Umran, and Musa, the son of Umran. So Muhammad, he could not even get the name correctly. He make it Umran. And then now Mary is the sister of Aaron. And now Noah is selected from all mankind, and the family of Abraham, and the family of Amram. But isn't it Abraham from the family of Noah anyway? Isn't it this family is from the family of Noah anyway? Isn't it me and you, we are from Noah anyway? So Quran is a religion cannot stand questions and cannot balance itself. Another verse before we finish this funny Quran, just to show you how stupid the Quran is. In chapter 3, verse number 65, and I'm sure many of you now will laugh at this. Read with me. Please read with me and tell me who is the stupid here. Ye people of the book. Ye people of the book. Okay, I'm listening. I am from the people of the book. Okay, what happened? What happened? What happened? Why dispute ye about Abraham when the law and the gospel were not revealed till after him? Have you no understanding, you idiot? The Quran saying to us, are you crazy, stupid? Why dispute about Abraham when your law came after Abraham? I mean, look how smart the one who made the Quran. Unbelievable. I feel like I want to commit suicide. I feel like I lost the debate. How you can dispute about Abraham if you came after Abraham, as if Muhammad, he came before us? I mean, do you see how stupid this argument? If the Christian and the Jews cannot dispute about Abraham because they came after Abraham, so how Muhammad, who came at the end, he can dispute? Do you understand me, guys? How stupid this religion is. How stupid this logic. If the one who came after cannot dispute, it's mean Muhammad, who came after all of us, cannot dispute too. This is why I say this religion is the religion for the stupid. It cannot handle itself. So let us make it clear. Muslims who live in the West are fake Muslims. They are the chicken of Islam. And they pretend to be Muslims, and we prove it to you from the Quran. And we can show more and more verses. ISIS are practicing the true Islam. And this is my challenge for anyone who's saying that ISIS is not Islam. Name for me one thing ISIS did Muhammad did not do. It's a challenge. Name for me one thing ISIS did is not as Muhammad ordered to do. From burning people, to beheading, to cut fingers, to cut hands, to throw people from the top of the building, to stone women to death, name it. And ISIS, they are not the only one who practice those things right now. Saudi Arabia, they practice them too. They do beheading, they do stoning, they cut hands. They do. They kill gays. So why people are hypocrite? If ISIS are not Islam, is Saudi Arabia as Islam? They practice exactly the same as ISIS. You can go right now and search Saudi Arabia beheading. It's exactly the same. Crucifixion, when ISIS, they crucify somebody, they put him in a cross and they put nails in his eyes. Is that Islamic? Absolutely. This is from the core of the Quran. And Muhammad, he himself, he practiced it. He put nails in the fire, and then he put the nails in the eyes of the ones who he crucified. So where is the act of ISIS out of Islam? Chapter 5, verse number 33. What is the punishment for those who wage war? By the way, people, when they say wage war, they will think that this is about war, real war. No. If you are an apostate, you wage war. If me, I wage war. If I speak wrong about Muhammad, if I accuse Muhammad, if I speak the truth about Muhammad saying he's a child molester, I am waging war. So what the punishment of those who wage war against Allah? Against who? Against Allah. This is not against the man. This is not a crime against the man. This is against Allah. What is the punishment? Is a crucifixion. They should be murdered. They should be crucified. Their hands and their feet should be cut off from an opposite side, as you see in front of you. So where is Where is those who say this is not Islam? The Quran. Quran teaching torture. This is not an eye for an eye. This is not an eye for an eye. You see, the Muslim, they say to you, we practice eye for an eye. Islam never practice an eye for eye. Actually, Islam is the stupid religion who practice an eye for an eye in a stupid way. Because here, actually, here have nothing to do with the eye for an eye. Because the one who killed, if somebody killed a man, if somebody attack Islam, he did not crucify you. He killed him, kill him. Why you want to crucify? And why you want to torture? And you want to cut his hands? Why you cut his foot? If somebody he stole, why you want to cut his foot? Why you want to cut his hand? He stole. He stole something. Why you are cutting his hand? And the funny about Islam, the one who steals something, an egg, we cut his hand. But the one who steals countries like Muhammad, we give him reward. Another stupid thing the Quran teach, which is about the eye for an eye, which is stupid too. Quran teach that in the case of murder, if a free man kill a free man, the free man will be killed. The free for the free, the slave for the slave, the women for the women. I mean, how stupid this Quran is. So if you kill my women, I kill your women. Where is justice? This is the law of Moses? This is the law of Moses? That is stupid. So if a free man kill a slave, I kill his slave. So now we have two slaves, two black slaves are killed. And both of them are victims. You see how stupid this is free for eye for an eye? When it's come to Muhammad, even that one he could not get it right. And the Muslim today, they say to you, oh, this is one is abrogated. Why it was abrogated? Because Muhammad, he noticed that he is stupid idiot when he made it. He noticed that this is funny and stupid. What do you mean abrogated? Why? I thought this is the absolute justice. Allah made a mistake. Why he need to change it? Why he made it and why he need to change it? Obviously Muhammad, he got busted. He said to himself, oh, I was being stupid here. If you kill my wife, I kill your wife. Is that an eye for an eye? Women for the women, and man for the man, free for the free, and slave for the slave. That is very stupid. And you will notice here Muhammad, he divide the race of mankind to three divisions: free, slave, and women. And the justice for them is not equal. So if a free man kill a woman, he will not be killed. A woman will be killed. If a free man kill a slave, a free man will not be killed. A slave will be killed. If a free man kill a free man, then the free man will be killed. So the highest society in Islamic State is the free man, the Muslim. Then the slave and the women. They are like chickens, property. This is how stupid this religion. I hope you guys did enjoy watching this video. Feel free to share it with your friend. Don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe. And if you have a questions, there's a link underneath. Feel free to contact me. And in that link, you can find my Facebook. You can find my Twitter. And same time, that link itself is a way to contact me. With this, I want to say thank you for watching and being with us today. And God bless you. And I hope to see you soon again with a new video and more education. Christ is Lord. And Islam is the most stupid cult exist and dangerous cult in this earth. Thank you.